wanted more professional advice and support before their child was born. Well, joining us live now is new mother Sophie from Gloucester. She's there with her partner David, their baby daughter Florence, who's looking very perky this morning. Also, we're joined here in the studio by Chris Cuthbert from the NSPCC. Good morning to you all. Sophie, if I can start with you. How difficult was life when Florence was born?
I don't really remember the first couple of weeks, to be honest with you. I refused to go anywhere near Florence when we brought her home. I couldn't cope with her crying. Damien pretty much took over for the first couple of weeks because I just couldn't stand being in the same room as her, which is hard to believe now, but it was incredibly difficult,
That must have been tough for you, Damien.
Yeah, it was hard times. It was, but I kind of realised what Sophie was going through and sort of tried to help as best as I could. It's just hard to know where to turn in that situation. You just sort of got to get on with it.
You can tell Florence, whenever she's eating, I will have one of those.
Yeah, sorry, she's trying to share them with everybody.
Well, that's very nice. Tell her that I would love one, whatever they are. I mean, what sort of help would you have liked, Sophie, in all of this? What would have made life easier for you?
Well, I didn't notice that I was going so downhill so quickly because it wasn't an instant thing, it was more gradual. I didn't actually get told how difficult it was going to be because people just assume because you're a woman and because you've just had a baby that it's going to be the most amazing experience ever, and for me it was just the most horrific, and I just needed somebody to pick it up that I wasn't coping, and I needed more support for Damien really because he got me through it.
So would it have been a case then for both of you, for you as well, Damien, that I mean, to use an old phrase, to be forewarned would have been to be forearmed, that if you'd known it was likely to be more difficult, you could have been better prepared?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just the issue with mental health in this country is it's not great. It's not something that we're good at talking about or used to talking about. Especially as men, and we're not good with being in touch with our feelings, and so maybe bringing some more awareness of the fact that a lot of people suffer from varying degrees of prenatal, postnatal and just natural depression, and that it's not just feeling a bit down, it can be something darker and more dangerous than that, and it's, just talking about it I think is the main thing we can do to help.
Yeah, exactly. Sophie, it's Gillian in the studio. Just to say the point you raised before about people expecting you to know what to do and to be able to cope with it because you are a woman. But you've got to remember at that time your hormones are all over the place. You've never experienced this before and it's incredibly daunting.
Yeah, I don't think you can fully be prepared for it no matter what you do. I mean, I went to all the antenatal classes and, read books and all the rest of it, but nobody can ever prepare you for that sudden hit that you're going to feel that bad and you're going to have to look after this tiny little person that relies solely on you, and it's so much to take in and it's so quick that it is quite scary. And I think the more people that are told that this might happen, you might feel that bad, but it's okay if you ask for help, and if you tell somebody how you're feeling, then you can try and get the support for it.
Well, it's nice that it's, despite a difficult start, that it's clearly worked out for the best for all three of you. Really good to see you happy and smiley this morning. Thanks very much indeed. So let's get the view of Chris from the NSPCC on all of this. I mean, how common is it that people are suffering these problems immediately after birth?
Well, our survey shows that it is incredibly common. 2 in 5 parents are really struggling